Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Stock Market with your daily analysis for the S&P 500 for the trading session dated Tuesday 15th of November. I'm recording this video nearly 1 a.m. in the very early morning on Wednesday the 16th New York time. Here's our main wave count on the daily chart. We're still expecting, we've had a very big trend change up here at primary degree. And that primary wave 3, which has to subdivide at black or intermediate degree into an impulse, has waves 1 and 2 over, and we're in the very early stages of black wave 3 within primary wave 3. Within blue wave 1 of black wave 3, we have 1 and 2 possibly complete. I have two hourly wave counts looking at this piece of movement a little differently. When wave 2 pink is over, we should expect some strong downwards movement for a third wave within a first wave at minor degree. Further upwards movement for 2 pink can't move beyond the start of 1 above 1292.66. Taking you to the first of 2 hourly wave counts, with a low for 1 pink down here. Is this point down here. Here's our second wave, double combination correction. We have a zigzag for W. The double is joined by a zigzag in the opposite direction labelled X. And here we have a flat correction with a 3-wave structure for A, a 3 for B, and we need a 5 to complete upwards for wave C. I had the end of wave 1 within wave C at this high here, and that does have the best fit. That's now our alternate wave count. It is possible that I had that wrong, and the high of wave 1 purple could have been over here. A couple of problems with this wave count though. The structure within wave 1 purple now doesn't have a very good fit on the 5-minute chart. We also have a very rare running flat correction here for a second wave. This third wave is an absolutely perfect impulse on the 5-minute chart with an extended third wave, and this may be a fourth wave zigzag here if we have a flat correction for the B wave within it. If wave 5 purple to end this whole upwards movement has begun here, then this is probably just wave 1 of it. It is also just technically possible, because this could be seen as a 5-wave impulse, that wave 5 ended here, but that doesn't actually have as good a fit on the 5-minute chart as our alternate hourly wave count. Still, it is just possible, and if price remains above 1244.34, then we should use this target. And here's our invalidation point. 2 can't move beyond the start of 1, which is now just off to the left of the chart, at 1292.66. If price remains above this short-term invalidation point, because 2 can't move beyond the start of 1 within this fifth wave, if it remains above this point tomorrow, then this is the target we should use, and we should also use this slightly redrawn parallel channel from 2 to 4 and a copy on 3. This is the most likely way to show us where this upwards movement is most likely to end. Taking you now to the alternate, with a low for wave 1 pink down here. Is this point down here. It is just possible that we have W, X and Y as a completed expanded flat correction that failed to make a new high above W. The purpose of double combinations is mostly to move price sideways, and that's certainly what we've seen for the last few days. So its purpose is achieved. It doesn't have to make a new high above W. This is not technically, at this green wave degree, termed a truncation. And it is certainly possible. The subdivisions for this alternate actually fit much better than for the main wave count. We also have, if we draw this trend channel from 1 to 3 and a copy on 2, we have a pretty good clear trend channel breach. We may have had wave C orange over here with a very, very short fifth wave. The Fibonacci ratio here between 3 and 1 is pretty good, whereas for our main hourly wave count, there is no Fibonacci ratio between 1 and 3. This downwards movement here may be a clear 5-wave impulse, and the third wave subdivides beautifully into a 5-wave impulse. And this upwards movement here on the 5-minute chart does have a corrective wave count so far. So the subdivisions for this alternate actually have a better fit than from the main wave count, but we should always assume that the trend remains the same until proven otherwise, and at this stage we don't have confirmation of a trend change. If we see price move below 1244.34 tomorrow, then this is the wave count we should use. At that stage, we'll have initial confirmation that we may have had the end to 2 pink and that 3 pink may be underway. At 1229, wave 3 green would reach 1.618, the length of 1 green. When wave 3 green is a complete 5-wave impulse on the hourly chart, we should then look out for a 4th wave correction, which can't move into wave 1 green price territory, so at that stage we move the invalidation point down to 1244.34. When the 4th wave correction is over, we would expect further downwards movement for a 5th wave, and at 1145, wave 3 pink in its entirety would reach 1.618, the length of 1 pink, which is off to the left of the chart. It has its low down here. So this hourly wave count actually has a better fit. All the subdivisions work really well. There's a really nice Fibonacci ratio in this piece of upwards movement here, and there's just a very small truncated 5th wave here. My only concern with this wave count is this is not exactly completely convincing for the start of our 3rd wave. However, first waves often do look like this. This is a first wave, not a 3rd wave, although it is within a 3rd wave. So we could still have, yet again, another deep 2nd wave correction. Any further upwards movement tomorrow above 1263.94 would invalidate this alternate and thereby confirm our main. At that stage, we should use the target to the upside on our main hourly wave count. This is still our alternate daily wave count, and this looks at the remote possibility that wave 2 black is not quite over. It's a double zigzag structure with an ABC truncated C wave. The first zigzag in the double is labelled W blue. The double is joined by a zigzag in the opposite direction labelled X, and here we have a 5. Still need to develop a 3 down, and we need another 5 up. This wave count is looking even more unlikely as wave Y blue is now hugely out of proportion to wave W blue, and they should be somewhat reasonably in proportion. So this is starting to look even stranger. But what this means is eventually when we see movement below 1074.77, at that stage movement should be very strongly to the downside, and at that stage we'll have full and final confirmation that we're in a 3rd wave at intermediate degree within a 3rd wave at primary degree. So we have 2 hourly wave counts and we have a point of differentiation, 1244.34. If price remains above that point tomorrow, then we should expect it to continue up to our target on that first hourly wave count. If, however, that price point is breached tomorrow, then it's looking increasingly likely that the 3rd wave within the 1st wave downwards is finally underway. That's all for me today with your S&P analysis. Thank you very much for your patience. Analysis will be ready at the usual time again tomorrow, and I hope you're all having a fabulous day.